What is up, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? It is Thursday. It is January 24th, and I should probably turn this down a little bit. It is Thursday. It is January 24th. It is 11:03 a.m. What is the latest, bro? What is going on, guys? Yeah, so anyways, what's going on? You know what? I can tell you guys today has not started off too well for me. So here's what happened, guys. Woke up this morning and went out into my living room. I was sitting down and I was watching the Today Show, but I was straight up, like I was still asleep, you know, just like kind of coming into an awareness of reality for a minute there. And I'm just watching like the Today Show for a couple of minutes. And then I'm like, oh my God, I got a dentist appointment. I got a dentist appointment at 8 a.m. and it's like 7:25. I haven't taken a shower. My hair is like going everywhere. So what I did was I grabbed a beanie cap, threw it on, just threw on my shoes, grabbed my toothbrush and some toothpaste and a bottle of water and jumped in my car. And I drove directly to the dentist's office, and I actually got to my dentist's office about 8:01. And so, you know, 8:01, got there, and everything worked out great. But then towards the end of my appointment, it was just a teeth cleaning, you know, towards the end of my appointment, the lady's like, I'm going to put fluoride on your teeth. And before I could tell her, no, don't do that, she had already started putting fluoride on my teeth. And I realized, like, I know that when they put fluoride on your teeth, you can't eat nothing for a couple of hours. Like, they'll tell you, you can't eat anything, blah, blah, blah. So she had already put fluoride. She had already started. If she didn't start, I would have told her, no. I don't want the fluoride. I don't want the fluoride. I'm starving. I need to eat something. I haven't even had my opening, you know, I haven't even had my cup of coffee for the morning. And they put this fluoride on my teeth, and then it was too late. You know, once she started putting it on my teeth, there was nothing I could do about it. And I was like, and then she's like, yeah, so you really don't want to really eat much of anything for the next 2 hours. No hot drinks, no very cold drinks or very hot drinks. Don't eat this, don't eat that. And I was like, man. I'm like, I haven't had my cup of coffee today. I haven't had breakfast. And so she said, well, you know, you can eat yogurt or whatever. So I did have some yogurt. She said I could eat a banana. So I did have a bit of some mushy banana, and I had a bit of yogurt, but not the way you want to start your day off. I like my cup of coffee, y'all. I like my cup of coffee. But the good news is it's over with. It's done. So it's done. It's over with. I survived. That is the good news. Yeah, you know, the whole fluoride thing, poison. And yeah, the thing about fluoride, I mean, you hear all these crazy conspiracy theories about fluoride in our water and all these kinds of things, but I don't know about all that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the news. So what is going on today? Yeah, I'll live. Try fasting for a few days. I've done that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the news. And our number one news story of the day is, yes, I have jumped on something called Patreon. I did start up a Patreon yesterday, and first of all, I want to thank the 7 patrons that have signed up already. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate the support, the help, everything. That is incredible. I gotta tell you guys, man, asking people for money is the weirdest thing in the world. It is so freaking weird to be asking people to give you money. Like, when you don't have like a regular job where you punch in on a clock and you go to work for 8 hours and you have a paycheck and you get money on a regular basis. You have a regular normal job. That's the way I've always lived my life. And so asking other people to give me money out of the kindness of their heart is like weird. It is so freaking weird. And that's probably why I've not done it up until this point in time. I've always kind of like made an excuse of like, I don't you know, I'll do Patreon eventually, or, you know, super chat, all these different things, you know, a PayPal donate button, all these different things. I've always kind of postponed it because, I don't know, just asking for money is a very weird thing. But here I am, guys. Give me money. Yes, give me money, ladies and gentlebots. Well, you know, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying here. So, you know, what is the deal with Patreon? I'll tell you guys, you know, Patreon might not be the greatest thing. In fact, it's probably not a very good thing at all. Like, I'm sure they take hella money out of it. Like, I don't know how much money, like if somebody donates you $10 a month, how much do you actually get out of that? I have no idea. I'm guessing like they take 30%, probably like everybody else. I know YouTube takes, I believe, 30% on, you know, YouTube takes 30%, I believe, from Super Chat. If you have just a regular PayPal donate button, I don't know how much they take out of that. I probably should make one of those and put it somewhere on the VR Game Rankings website. And then that's probably the better way, honestly. I can't do Super Chat right now. I don't have 1,000 subs. So I've never been monetized ever on YouTube. One of the things that I said in my little Patreon video, and I didn't even notice it when I recorded it, but after I was done recording it, I said, I've never been compensated. And that's not true. I should have added an extra word. I've never been compensated monetarily. Okay, I've never been compensated monetarily. Yeah, I've been working in this VR gaming industry, you might say, since probably, was it August? Maybe August or July of 2016. That's when I started the Vivecast, you know, and I did the Vivecast. We did a bunch of Vivecast episodes. Here's a little brief history of me doing this VR stuff. So it all started with the Vivecast. I did about 10 episodes of that. And then what happened? Some people don't know this. I'm the founder and creator of VR Roundtable, but a lot of people don't know this. But me and Gary, basically me and Gary, right? So I did the Vivecast. I did 10 episodes of the Vivecast. Gary was a special guest on episode 10. And after I did the 10th episode of the Vivecast, I was like, man, this is taking too long. It takes me too much time to edit these Vivecast podcasts. And what I came to realize is I was editing out every little breath, like every little, I was so crazy about it. Like I would analyze every little bit of audio, and if there were loud breathing noises, or if I pop my lip or whatever, just weird little noises that come out of your mouth, right? I was editing every little thing. I was such a freaking perfectionist when it came to the Vivecast. And so I would literally spend like all day long editing a single Vivecast episode, which is crazy. It is absolutely crazy, but I didn't know what I was doing. So episode 10, Gary was a guest host on the Vivecast. And after that episode, I decided to reach out to Gary, and I said, yeah, you guys should hear the intro to the Vivecast. It's funny, man. I kind of do this like Barry White. I don't even remember how it goes, but I kind of did a Barry White voice. It was kind of hilarious. But anyway, so after the 10th episode of the Vivecast, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It's taken too long. And then I had this brilliant idea. I thought, wait a minute. If I do a podcast on YouTube, and if I do it live, there's no editing. There's no editing. If you're doing something live, there's no editing. You know, it's the perfect excuse. You do something live, there's no freaking editing. So I reached out to Gary. I didn't have a YouTube channel, and Gary had told me that he had a YouTube channel, but he hadn't really done anything on it. So I reached out to Gary and I said, Gary, would you be interested in, like, we can continue doing this podcast, me and you, we'll do it together, and we'll do it live on YouTube. And Gary was like, man, I don't know about putting putting your face out there, like your face on camera and all of that. Cause like Vivecast, my face wasn't on camera. Nobody saw my face. Nobody saw Gary's face. And so eventually Gary was like, okay, okay, let's do it. So we started it on his channel. I came up with the name VR Roundtable. I like, not that that's a big deal, but it's, the reason I'm saying this is there's a number of people out there that think Steve Bishop was the founder and creator of VR Roundtable, which he came later, and Steve is awesome and he's done an incredible amount of work, but he's not actually the founder and creator of VR Roundtable. It was me and Gary. It was a co-decision between me and Gary. I created the name VR Roundtable. Yay! I created the name. Big deal. And then so started doing VR Roundtable. And then it was like around April 2017, late April 2017, I was frustrated as a VR gamer trying to figure out what are the good VR games. What VR games are coming up soon? You know, what VR games are there to look forward to? I was really frustrated by that. I felt like I had to be a detective and like actually figure out what games were coming out. Like I had to do research and shit. And I never had to do that before, because in the flat gaming world, everything is just presented there for you. There's so many people into flat gaming that there's so many websites that have like the release dates broken down for every month. So you know what to get hyped for and you know what's good. The information is out there. But in the VR gaming world, I felt like the information really wasn't out there. So I decided to do this thing called VR Game Rankings. And the little tagline that we have for VR Game Rankings is making sense of the VR gaming landscape, making sense of the VR gaming landscape. And that was the whole idea. Started VR Game Rankings. I had all these like grand plans for VR Game Rankings. I thought I was going to have all these other people working with me, and it was going to be like this big thing, and like I was going to have like writers and editors and all of that. And none of that ever happened. I tried to get people, you know, I tried to get people to work on it, but it just like people would work on it for a day or two and then they'd flake out. And so it never really happened. But I've continued to bang away on VR Game Rankings, but it's never like lived up to the dream I wanted it to be. But anyway, and then it was like late September. In late September, I started the VR Game Rankings YouTube channel. It was like September 30th. And the whole reason for doing it had nothing to do with YouTube. I wasn't planning on being a YouTuber. I wasn't planning on being like any kind of guy like that. It was purely, I was trying to think, well, how do I promote VR Game Rankings? Well, if I start a channel for it, then that's another thing that'll be in like a Google search engine that like if there's a VR Game Rankings YouTube channel and there's a VR Game Rankings website, then maybe it'll show up more in like Google searches and stuff. That was the whole reason to do the YouTube channel. It had nothing to do with like I was going to be some kind of like entertainer or something like that. That was the, and the very first thing I did was a ranking video, an Oculus ranking video, and I had no plans of actually putting my face on the camera and doing anything else. But then what happened was I was like, well, now let me go ahead and, you know, put my face on the camera. And so we started doing all of that. And then, of course, you know, we started VR 365. We've moved over to VR 365. But in this entire deal, like ever since I've done this, I've never been paid a penny for anything. Not a nickel. I've never received a red nickel. Now, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not saying, dude, it's totally unfair. I've never been paid a nickel. Dude, no one's put a gun to my head and forced me to make a website. Nobody put a gun to my head and forced me to start a YouTube channel. Nobody put a gun to my head and forced me to do any of this. So no one owes me anything. You know, at all. And so I'm not trying to blame anybody and say, dude, why haven't you paid me, man? I've provided all this work and you haven't paid me. No, I have no basis to stand on for that. I could provide 1 million episodes till the end of time and nobody owes me nothing. But anyway, the bottom line is I finally did this Patreon, and the way I look at it is, it's like if you have a pipe, and the pipe was locked, and nothing could come out of that pipe. And what I've done is I've loosened that pipe, and so now a drip can come out of that pipe. It doesn't mean water's going to flow out of that pipe, but now something can actually come out of that pipe. And so that's the strategy here, is like, if somebody does want to donate, if somebody does want to support VR365, what I'm doing with the channel, what I'm doing with VRGameRankings.com, if somebody does want to support me, now they have an opportunity to do it. Now, I don't know if Patreon is the ideal way to go. Super Chat seems a hell of a lot easier, but I do got to get up to 1,000 subs before Super Chat happens. You know, what do you call it? A PayPal donate button is probably a good idea. That might be the easiest way to do it, and that might have the lowest number of fees associated with it, is just to have a PayPal donate button and, you know, put it somewhere on the VR Game Rankings website. Maybe just do that. So I don't know. I don't understand this stuff. I don't know how to ask people for money, and it's a weird position to be in. It is really weird, and it just is a weird sensation. I don't feel comfortable doing it, and so it probably comes off really wrong, and I don't know what to say about it. But, you know, I'm just going to try to be honest about it. The one thing I will say, though, is like, so for example, actually let's go to our, we can kind of go to the mailbag real quick. And so let's go to where I had this Patreon, you know, where I did this Patreon. This was a video that I recorded this for Patreon, hosted it on YouTube, and then, you know, just went ahead and made this available for people if they wanted to watch it. But like 3 people have downvoted it, and I'm sure there's some people that have gone on here. Hope you have better luck with Patreon than I did. That's Paradise Decay. Yeah, I know. The thing is, some people might see this and get really turned off, you know, and like, oh my God, now this guy's asking for money. Really? Do you really need to ask for money? Like, somebody might get really turned off. And the one thing I will say is, if anybody can ask for money, it's me. It's me. If anybody can ask for money without having any guilty conscience whatsoever, I think it's me. And I'll tell you why I think it's me. And this might sound like, oh, you're bragging, you're boasting, you're in love with yourself. No, 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 no. I've provided a lot of effing content. I really have. Like, I will straight up say, bro, I've provided a shit ton of content. Like, there are people that would say, dude, what are you doing? You're doing shows every freaking day for what? Why are you doing this? But like, if you added up every video that I've made, it's like 500 videos. If you add up every video I made, every Let's Play I've made, it's like 500 videos, 500. So if anybody can ask for money, I think it's actually me. Now, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying like the content that I'm providing is freaking amazing or anything. No, a lot of it is craptacular. I watch some of these shows and they're awful. Trust me, I watch some of them and I'm like, yeah, I did a great job on that show. I think I really freaking nailed it on that show every once in a while. And then every once in a while, I finish one of my shows and I think, oh my God, this show was absolutely god-awful, and I just want to like go hide in a corner somewhere and never do it again. But I'm here every day, bro. Every day, bro. I really am. I really am here every day. Like, how many days have I missed? Since I came back from Hawaii, remember when I went on vacation to Hawaii? When I came back from Hawaii, how many days have I missed? Like 2? 2 days maybe. Out of all of these days, I've missed 2 days. And I bang out Let's Plays on a daily basis, and I'm also doing, oh, no, I don't bang Let's Plays on a daily basis. I bang out live streams on a daily basis, and I'm providing a lot of Let's Plays. So I can stand up here and say, yeah, give me money. Actually, give me money. Now, maybe only give me $1. Maybe give me a quarter. Actually, you know what? Here's the thing. If everybody that have watched every one of my shows gave me a penny for every video I've ever done, that'd be $5, you know, so that'd be kind of cool. So maybe be a Patreon supporter for 1 month and then cancel it. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, that is some of the stuff. Yeah, I'm bragging and boasting, brah. I'm bragging and boasting, brah. Okay, so anyway, what do we want to do here? Yeah, now I'm totally discombobulated, all this Patreon crap. Yeah, I don't like selling, but that's all I've done for the last 16, 17 minutes. Okay, so let's go back to our standard scene. Let's go back to our standard scene. Let me get my actual show notes. And okay, so what is in the news? What is in the news? And in the news, there is a new game. Well, not exactly. There is a game called Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cypher. Now, this game was previously known as Kill X. It got a name change and it got a brand new trailer. This is coming to PlayStation VR on March 20th. So let's go ahead and check out this brand new trailer. Let me go ahead and grab this trailer. I like this beat right here. This beat for Dex. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's see. I gotta grab the trailer.
Thousands of years ago, there lived a powerful emperor whose greatest desire was immortality. He sent soldiers to break down his people's doors, taking away the young and the healthy for experimentation. My mother was one of the people that was experimented on.
We don't know what's waiting for us down there.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe what we found.
For the players.
All right, well, that was a relatively short trailer there, short and sweet. This is by Viva Games.
Thousands of years ago, there lived a powerful emperor.
This company, Viva Games, like when they first hit the scenes with Kill X, this was at the China Joy Expo in 2017. Do you guys remember way back then? I remember covering, speaking of me covering all this shit every single day, back in the summer of 2017, I did stories about China Joy Expo 2017, and this is one of the games that was featured. And now here we are all this time later, and it's coming out on March 20th. It does look pretty good. You know, it looks halfway decent here. Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cypher, formerly known as Kill X. And what we could do here, actually, wait, let me get... where is this? Okay, let me bounce over here. We can bounce over to our webby browser. And yeah, this is on the PlayStation VR blog. Or PlayStation blog, not PlayStation VR. Action horror adventure Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cypher hits PSVR on March 20th. There's a screenshot. You might look a little bit familiar. That's the little screenshot I use for my background thumbnail today. Hi everyone, my name is Shun, CEO of Viva Games, and today I'm thrilled to talk to you about Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cypher. Yeah, so it takes an ancient Chinese legend, pulls it into the modern day. You've got some weird looking creatures right here. Looks a little bit like Killing Floor, Incursion, Doom, you know, kind of like that. Looks like you do have hand presence with your move controllers because you got two hands that are going on. It also has voiceover work featuring the voice talent of Doug Cockle as Tyree, or if you like, you can choose to play with the original Chinese voice acting as well. And you can pre-order it starting now if you want. And, you know, it has a number of little screenshots here, different things that you can collect. It looks pretty decent. It's just hard to tell, man. A lot of these Chinese developers, see, the thing is, a lot of them are like making their like first couple of games, and so you just don't know. But there is talent out there. There's definitely talent in China. We've seen a lot of these Chinese games that have hit Steam, they've hit PlayStation VR, and some of them have been pretty cool. The environments look kind of interesting, dark and drab, but it looks pretty good. I don't know if it's going to look this good on the actual PSVR headset, but it doesn't look bad. So that is Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cypher. Okay, continuing in the news. We can bounce over here to Upload VR, and they have this story here. There was a tweet that came out from Servios about Rocky, well, Creed Rise to Glory. There's going to be a major update. The Rocky Legends update is coming soon. We don't know when exactly this is coming, but basically you can see from the picture right here, that is Apollo Creed. So Carl Weathers is going to be in the building on in Creed Rise to Glory. There could be additional Rocky Legends as well. I don't know if it's just Apollo Creed. We could get some other ones. Of course, in the PlayStation VR version of Creed Rise to Glory, you can actually fight Rocky Balboa in his prime, and that isn't available on the PC VR versions for whatever reason. So that might come over. Of course, myself personally, I'm hoping for Clubber Lang. Yeah, I remember seeing Rocky, the one with Mr. T, as Clubber Lang, and I think I was a little, I don't know when exactly that movie came out, the Rocky with Clubber Lang, but I don't think I was too old of a person, and I saw it in the movie theaters, and Mr. T scared me, man. When he was Clubber Lang, that was a scary dude. And I remember Rocky's coach was like, "Oh, you can't fight him, Rock. He's gonna kill you, Rock." And it was like, yeah, Clubber Lang was a badass. And then, of course, he became Mr. T after that and wasn't so much of a badass. Of course, you've also got Ivan Drago, the Dolph Lundgren guy. You've got Tommy Morrison, you know, Tommy Gunn Morrison. Maybe he'll be popping in there on the Rocky Legends. So that update will be coming at some point in the near term. And we'll have to wait and see what all of that is going to have in store for us. All right, let's see. Well, you know what? Another thing that we can get into real quick is, how about the Daily Deal? Now, this is an Oculus Daily Deal. I have not heard of this game. So this is called the ArcSlinger. It is available for $5. The ratings are incredible, but there's only 4. So and even if there was 40, can we really trust the Oculus ratings or Steam ratings for that matter? Is there any ratings out there that we can actually trust? Because honestly, all of it can be gamed. The price, the normal price is $9. This is on a 44% discount. There's about 12 hours left. It says, when the world is in danger, the people turn to a hero. Entrusted with a mythical gun, Angel Heart, you must take down the villainous Gold Smoke and his dastardly gang. Do you have what it takes to become the ArcSlinger? 15 levels of first-person shooter fun. So you know what? I grabbed the trailer for this, so why don't we go ahead and check it out? So let's go ahead and bounce over here back to our standard scene. I'm going to pump this volume up real quick. Didn't mean to scare you guys. But let's go ahead and grab the ArcSlinger trailer and see, should we drop a 5 spot on ArcSlinger? Let's see.
Thousands of years ago, there lived a powerful empire.
Yes! Bang!
You, the sidekick? Woo! That was good. All right. Pretty good shooting, Tater.
Seriously?
All right, that is ArcSlinger, and it is coming to, well, it's already on the Oculus Rift. But yeah, it looks halfway decent here. This is developed by Big Red Button Entertainment, and they were able to license the game engine for Dead and Buried. So it's using the Dead and Buried game engine. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. But damn, doesn't it look like Dead and Buried? Like, it looks very, very similar to Dead and Buried. It has, you know, the art style is a little bit more cartoonish, a little bit more cel-shaded. So this probably could work good on the Oculus Go as well, maybe. Because I did see a Gear VR logo at the very end of that trailer there. So it's probably, this might be available on the Oculus Go as well. Let's see here at the very end, they show all, yeah, they have Gear VR, Oculus, PlayStation VR Vive. I didn't know this was so ArcSlinger is on PlayStation VR? I've never even heard of it. But yeah, that is ArcSlinger. You can grab it for a 5 spot. It is the Oculus Daily Deal. All right, what else is new that is coming out? You know what? We have another teaser trailer for Last Labyrinth, which this one is coming to PlayStation VR. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up, and let's go ahead and check out the Last Labyrinth teaser trailer. Let me grab that. Let's see here. Oops, what's that? I'm in the wrong area. Here we go.
Pretty good shooting, Dater.
Okay, see, I was wondering about Last Labyrinth. Like, I know that, I remember when we heard about this game, I remember it being a PlayStation VR game. I didn't know if it was coming to the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive and Windows Mixed Reality and all of that, but it appears to be coming to all the platforms. So this just isn't a PlayStation VR game. I don't know why I had it in my head it was PlayStation VR, but this is coming spring of 2019. I remember when we saw the first trailer for this, it is an escape the room game, but you have this little anime, this young little anime girl that's running around, and I guess she's helping you solve puzzles, and you're working through the room. I mean, how does this actually work? Like, am I standing in the room physically and I see this little girl rocking around? Do I control her? I'm not sure how the girl factors into this. Or is she just for the trailer and she's not even there when you're in the game? I'm not sure exactly how that all works, but that is Last Labyrinth. This is coming possibly in the spring. You know what we could do is, let's switch over here to our webby browser, and let me get to a Steam page. Let's see. Let's look up Last Labyrinth and see Last Labyrinth. And yeah, you know, it doesn't look like it's showing up on Steam. Last Labyrinth. Let me just do like a quick Google search real quick. Last Labyrinth. Don't know the name of the developer. That's a problem. Okay, Amada KK. Yeah, it says platforms, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, they have like a little Japanese website. Oh, it's a Kickstarter. Okay, this originally was a Kickstarter? All right. Yeah, so it's a VR escape the room adventure game. Experience communication with virtual characters in a setting only possible through VR. Like, the number one thing I'm wondering about, let's see, Last Labyrinth is our first attempt at developing and publishing an original title of our own. We are a game developer based in Tokyo, and we have spent the last 10 years focused on developing games for other companies. The development of Last Labyrinth is going smoothly, but our marketing budget is extremely limited. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so the game, it's a VR escape the room game where players must work to escape a mansion full of hidden dangers with a mysterious girl that appears before them. Okay, so basically, that's the main thing I'm trying to figure out here is so you're in the game, you're like in this world, and then there's a mysterious girl that appears before you. So maybe she's almost like a ghost or something. Like maybe she like comes into your room occasionally and helps you do something. I'm just wondering how that whole thing works. Like, how do you actually work with the girl here? And it is supporting all these different headsets: PlayStation VR, HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality. It supports PlayStation 4. It's recommending that you have a GTX 1060 or above. And so yeah, that is Last Labyrinth. Started out as a Kickstarter and will be hitting PlayStation VR. I'm assuming it'll be on Steam at a certain point, but they don't have a Steam page at this point in time. Okay, well, you know what? Another story we wanted to get to. Let's go ahead and back up here. Back. So there's this one, Walk on Arrow. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking about Walk on Arrow, and I thought this game came out a long time ago. I didn't know that this game was not out yet. Well, wait a minute. It says release date March 1st, 2019, but then it has 21 positive reviews. So it's not March 1st yet. Has this game already released into so is this released into early access? Because yeah, I thought this game was out a long time ago. I heard people talk about it, but I was never into it. I mean, I never played it myself. But I hear a lot of people talking about Walk on Arrow this, Walk on Arrow that. You should try Walk on Arrow. But, you know, it's a multiplayer game, which not really my bag. I mean, I'll go into a multiplayer game occasionally, but I don't... when there's a multiplayer only game, it's not on my wish list. It could be the best looking game of all time, and it's really just not on my wish list. I'm just not a multiplayer guy so much. But yeah, no, this game's already been available, I guess. Well, you know what? I do have a trailer for it. So we can go ahead and check out. Yeah, Walk on Arrow is a competitive multiplayer VR game with fierce arrow fighting and fluid movement. Beat all your opponents with sacred bow and arrows in your own way and become the last man standing. So yeah, this game's been out. So I'm not sure what the March 1st, 2019 release date is. Maybe it came out March 1st, 2018. But yeah, the release date kind of threw me off guard here. And there is a free demo. There is a free demo for this. So, you know, certainly I could definitely try the demo. That's the least I could do is try the demo. But let's go ahead and check out. Let's go back over here to our standard scene. Let me go ahead and grab the trailer for Walk on Arrow. I've never even seen the trailer. So we can see this trailer real quick and talk about it on our way back. Let's grab it. All right, well, that is Walk on Arrow. You know, actually, after watching this trailer, this actually does look pretty cool. This actually does look pretty decent. I'm kind of liking the colorful, I like color, you guys know that. It's got a colorful art style here, and it just looks smooth, fast, and fun. So yeah, I probably should really try this demo. It actually does, this trailer makes it look very good. You've got different kinds of weapons and stuff. You can zoom in with your bow. You know, I mean, we've got a million bow games. Is teleport the only way you can get around? I wonder if there's a free locomotion option as well. but you might really need teleport. It looks like you can switch to swords as well. Is there bots? I wonder if there's bots that you can mess with, like, before you get into the multiplayer proper. But yeah, it looks, I think this looks pretty good. Like, the trailer does a really good job of selling it. But yeah, that is Walk on Arrow. Doesn't look too bad. So let's go ahead and bounce back over here to this, to the Steam page for this. And yeah, so this game right now is going for, well, it has a normal price of $11, but it is on sale for $8.68. It's got this special promotion is going on until January 30th. And there is a demo. So you do have a demo you can get into as well. Powerful arrowheads pick up bomb arrow and frozen arrows scattered in the map. Release their power to beat your opponent down. Customize your avatar and weapon, cloth, hat, glove, arrow shaft, arrow tail, and tail. Change their appearance to make you unique. Various interactive props. From airdrop, you can get many precious resources. And from radar, you can get the trace of your opponents. There's Battle Royale, Lone Champion, Battle Royale Pair. You pair with another player. War Mode, Bomb Mode, Guardian Mode. Not sure if they have bots at all, but yeah, looks pretty cool. I'll probably have to try this out, even though, you know, not really a multiplayer guy, but I should definitely check this out. Reviews are relatively positive. I think these like Walk on Arrow guys, like this Chestar Studios, I think they gave a lot of keys to this game to like a lot of YouTubers and stuff, because I think I've heard a lot of YouTubers talking about it, Walk on Arrow, you know, doing a lot of different videos. But yeah, I kind of like the I like the graphical design of it, you know, kind of a little bit of a Minecraftian look on some of the characters and stuff. But yeah, looks kind of cool. So maybe worth trying. That is Walk on Arrow. All right, well, you know what? That is the extent of the stories that I have for you guys. I didn't really have much time to prep for this episode with my dentist appointment and everything else that was going on. But let's go ahead and go to Upload VR, and we can go ahead and give a quick refresh to this and see what else is popping off. Astro Bot dev photos may hint at cut multiplayer support. Oh my God, look at that, guys. Look at this. Oh man, could you imagine multiplayer Astro Bot? Wow, that would be so sweet. Ah, that would be so sweet. Multiplayer Astro Bot. Unfortunately, it never happened. But who knows, you know, maybe they might be able to add it in later. Multiplayer Astro Bot would be sweet. But yeah, that looks super cute. Like you have little blue colored Astro Bots, little red colored guys. And look at this like Mario-looking world that you're in. That looks kind of cool. We can all agree that Astro Bot Rescue Mission is pretty special. Absolutely. Sony peeled back the curtain a bit on its development to show some in-progress photos from the dev process, as well as shed some light on animation styles and level design. The most interesting bit that you'll notice is the image up above, as it looks like multiplayer support may have been in the game at some point. Yeah, it probably was. Hopefully they might still be able to add this later, because Astro Bot has turned into, you know, it's kind of a hit for them. I mean, you would think it would be a pretty big hit for them. So maybe that could be added in as possible DLC. So there was some multiplayer support in Astro Bot once upon a time. Okay, I did see some of these stories right before I started. Whispers in the Night is a groundbreaking AI experience from Fable, from ex-Fable devs. Oh no. Fable is that content creation studio. Yeah, they used to be Oculus Story Studio. Hey, whatever happened to Wolves in the Walls? Do you guys remember Wolves in the Walls? Like, whatever happened to that? Whispers in the Night transports you into a memory where you and an 8-year-old Lucy share an emotionally connected movement through a conversation. It is part of a collection of interwoven chapters. Audiences will discover and grow alongside Lucy as she shares her deepest thoughts and imaginations, completely unique to their personal exchange. What will you say? What will Lucy remember? When does a moment become a memory? And so the idea is they're going to have like these AI-directed characters that are going to kind of talk to you and have some interactions with you in some type of AI way, which sounds really quite sweet. Whispers in the Night is being officially announced today by Fable to coincide with the Sundance, but it won't be available for people to try firsthand until the debut later this summer. Yeah, whatever happened to Wolves in the Walls, though? Because I thought that was almost ready. Oh, okay. I was thinking ex-Fable devs. No, it was that studio. It's called Fable, and it's the former Oculus story guys. They made Henry, Dear Angelica, and all that stuff. Okay, so it is, that's cool. That's pretty sweet. Whispers in the Night. All right. I'll probably grab that trailer on a future episode. Don't want to grab it right now. Zero Latency partners with Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard on a new platform. This is, of course, for location-based entertainment. I'm kind of curious what they're talking about in terms of this new platform. The announcement from Zero Latency is light on details about how exactly the company's next generation system will incorporate hardware from all three companies. Okay, so it looks like it's going to use HP-based headsets, and then maybe from Microsoft, maybe it'll be the tracking. Maybe they'll be using the tracking from Microsoft. Maybe it'll be some next level tracking too. Microsoft is excited by the transformational experiences virtual reality enables and by how Zero Latency is expanding VR's footprint using location-based entertainment, said Yancey Smith, Senior Director of Mixed Reality Commercial Solutions at Microsoft. We look forward to working with them to reach customers with experiences based on mixed reality headsets and our cloud-based services, and working with them to expand to new markets. So yeah, they're going to probably try to use Azure, Microsoft Azure, and their inside-out tracking, you know, cloud-based, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe HP, Hewlett-Packard, might work with Zero Latency for custom-designed headsets to work with it and backpack PC setup and all of that. So that's all good news. I wonder when we're going to have a... Is there any Zero Latencies that are in the USA? I know it was an Australian-based startup, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it is available now in 13 different countries. So I'm guessing they probably have a Zero Latency somewhere in the USA. But that's pretty cool that they're hooking up with Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard. All right, we already saw Last Labyrinth. We saw the new teaser for that. Alrighty, guys. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and call it like an alcoholic. This particular show, VR 365. Let me go ahead and grab my little outro logo and bounce on out of here. I need a cup of coffee in the worst way. I'm addicted to coffee. I am straight up addicted. I never used to even be a coffee drinker, and I started doing this keto diet. And the keto diet didn't work for me. I know the keto diet is all the rage, but I guess I did the keto diet wrong. And like, I was doing keto. I felt great. I felt wonderful. But my cholesterol was like going through the effing roof. And my doctor was like, bro, you have got to stop this keto stuff. But when I started the keto diet, I wasn't even a coffee drinker. But my buddy was saying, look, here's what you want to do. You make yourself a black cup of coffee, and then you use the heavy whipping cream as your creamer to give you that fat. That's how you start your keto day, is a black cup of coffee with the heavy whipping cream to be the cream, which is fat, because in keto, you're burnt. It's all about fat. It's no carbs. It's all about fat. And then I got addicted to coffee. I don't do the keto anymore, but I did get addicted to coffee. And no coffee for me today because of that damn fluoride. So I can tell you what, right after I bounce out of here, I'm firing up my Keurig and I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee. But I will be back, guys, tomorrow on Friday at about 11 a.m. Pacific time with another show. Hopefully a lot more preparation. I will admit I've been kind of slacking on the prep for these shows these last couple of days. I've just been kind of winging it. And, you know, why would you donate to my Patreon when I'm winging it like this? That ain't fair. I got to do a better job. I know that. I understand that. Stuart Gregerson says, keto worked great for me, but honestly, I'm not sure it's just a byproduct of starting to read labels, to be honest. And Sponge720 says, works for me. Yo, no, keto is like crazy popular. It really is. It's like on all the different talk shows and stuff. Dr. Oz talking about keto. all kinds of people are talking about keto. It went straight mainstream, but I must have been doing it wrong. So I'm not supposed to eat a pound of bacon every day to get my whatever, or, you know, whatever I was doing. It was all about cheese, meats, fats, and I was probably doing it wrong. I wasn't like eating the almonds and stuff like the right way that you need to do it. But anyway, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for VR365. I will be back tomorrow at around 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'll see you guys then. Have a wonderful day. Take it easy. Later.